Hey guys, welcome back to the Ramcast. It's me, Mr. Golson, and I'm really excited to be here because I've got a good friend of mine, alumni. We got Drew Piercy.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hey, we got Drew here. We've got our co-host Shauna. I'm sorry. We got our co-host Savannah, and our other co-host Shauna. I guess it doesn't matter which
I'm
is
the other one.
the other co-host. Yeah,
Okay.
we got two co-hosts.
Yeah, well.
So basically what we're doing here today is that I got a text from Drew. He just wondered what was going on with AV Club, and I thought, hey, this is the perfect opportunity to get a free show. We'll get him in here. We'll interview him for the show. Actually, I really thought this would be great because Drew is one of the big reasons why I've pushed for worked, to get AV Club going. And so I made some notes. I got note cards today. So intro. Drew Piercy, class of 2020. What are you up to?
I'm really busy with school, actually, so I can hold this if you want me to. I'm really busy with school. I'm going to SIUE in Edwardsville, so that's taking a lot of my time. I actually tried to start an AV club at SIUE because they do not have a club like that there. They have like 360 different clubs, but I'm involved in a lot of things, so I'm club tennis president over there, so I'm playing a lot of tennis, traveling for that. That's basically it. That and working at the YMCA. Other than that, that's just about it.
Yeah.
I have a question. What was it like dealing with COVID while graduating and just kind of dealing with school with COVID?
That's a tough one because I could say that a lot of my senior year was robbed because of COVID. So we had a great senior year at the beginning of the year, and then when COVID hit to take us outside of school, I was here with Mr. Golson a lot. I remember that before that all happened, and I remember our conversation speaking about giving him the fist bump, the hug, saying that I may never see him again, for that kind of situation. But it was tough. It took a lot from us. Sports. It took my tennis year away from me. It took a lot of things from us. So it was a tough battle for sure, especially. So I'm glad we're getting away from that.
Shauna, get it anytime you want. You can have the mic, or you can just yell at the camera.
I'm good at yelling.
You're good at yelling.
And if you want, I can steal one of Golson's index cards.
Yeah. I kind of need a question.
Can't have my cards. No, you can. You can ask any question you want. These are for me.
I stole one of your
Let's go back. Let's go back. Hold on. Before we get any farther into Drew's past, let's talk about his present. So, tennis. What did you say?
I'm the tennis club president, so that's what I've been doing a lot. We travel a lot of weekends and play tournaments. We actually just got back from a tournament last weekend.
So, when you say club, is that like the same as team?
So in college you have like D1. It's SIU is D1, so you have like a D1 school. They actually don't have a men's tennis team, and so we didn't do that. It's club. So there's intramural. Intramural is like where you play each other within the school. Club is like you're not playing for the team, but you are, and it's not like D1 or anything like that. It's just club tennis. Cool. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
What else are you up to?
Other than that, I'm also the Esports secretary, so some video games in there as well. So that's what a lot of my pastime is, and then of course me and my roommates, we hang out a lot. Weekends are full of either tennis or maybe here and there going to somebody's house, having a good time, So other than that, we're good.
Okay, so I know you mentioned roommates. Are they roommates as in you share a house or you share like a dormitory?
So I'm not in a dorm anymore. That was last year. You guys probably know, well, you probably know Max Zenzaletta from my graduating year. I lived with him in a dorm, but now I'm in an apartment, so I share an apartment with two other people.
All right.
Okay, so Savannah stole one of my questions. Good job, Savannah. I've been training her to be a host and a good host. Okay, so going back to now the past. Man, that esports sounds fun.
Oh,
it sounds fun. What's the game?
So I compete in Apex Legends. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a battle royale game.
Yeah.
But I play anything. Like right now, I'm playing Elden Ring. It's a big thing that's going on with.
I've heard of that. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard of it.
So yeah, video games also a big hobby of mine. So.
Yeah, I don't think that's real popular around here. I don't think anybody plays video games in our school.
Which is crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic because I think that's like.
What?
Oh.
Am I chopped liver to you now?
Macy, who will refuse to speak or be on camera, just said that quietly that she plays video games.
My hoodie is literally from a video game.
Honestly, that would be an awesome club or something to have here
I
because
pushed for that actually.
we should have
tried to
that.
get that guy.
I don't know if we could or not.
It would be expensive.
Somebody was going to start a Dungeons and Dragons club, so I feel like why not, But anyway,
I think there is one already.
so why can't we have? But just on esports real quick because I think that's really interesting. Before we move on to anything else, I think a lot of people misunderstand. A lot of students I talk to really misunderstand the competition involved in that. They play some video games and they think that they're good.
Yeah.
And they don't realize, they think that they could somehow like make a living doing this or make money doing it in some way. I want to give you the mic for a minute. I just want you to speak on the reality of that.
So when I came in freshman year, of course, COVID was a thing during there, so there wasn't a lot of kids involved. Well, there was. But speaking just on the format of esports here, it's actually the biggest growing sport in the entire nation and actually in the entire world. So SIUE in the next 3 years will be giving out full ride scholarships for esports teams, which is huge. So D1 schools are all following. Yeah, full ride. They're all following in on that. Right now it's a club, but eventually they're going to form it into an actual, like, it's hard to comprehend because, like, it's a club, but the people who compete are a sport. They're considered a D1 sport. Right. But just to give you a little thing here, my tennis club runs about 60 people. That was, like, the best I've ever seen. What do we run usually? It's like 20, 25 on a regular day, Esports, on the other hand, we have 967 people that are in the club, and then another 1,500 that are in the Discord. So
That's incredible.
yeah,
Honestly.
so they run the traffic through there, like where you have to swipe in to get to the esports arena, and they were monitoring like almost 700 swipes a day or something from different swipes. So it was. Esports it's interesting that you talk about that because a lot of people look down on it as something or they look as it something that's not important, but it is the biggest growing thing that is to come. So,
Do you guys have Mario Kart tournaments?
Mario Kart tournaments?
Yeah.
We have events for Mario Kart, but I want to say the only Mario game that we have that is like Super Smash Bros.
Yeah. There have been a few personal times where when somebody has thrown a red shell at me that I have thrown my controller.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. So do you have any like funny like raging stories from esports?
Well, when it comes to the world of esports, you get a lot of different characters, I should say. But yeah, I mean, I'm a quiet player, so I don't play like that. But there is a lot of times when I've watched our teams compete, since I am a board member, that it's frustrating or yelling or not throwing. I've never seen throwing a controller. I've seen a broken mouse, but I haven't seen anything else from that.
I will say that the like 700 like swipes in and out of the building, that's probably just some guy forgetting something.
Going in and out.
Oh my God, I forgot this. I gotta keep going back and forth. And
Maybe, who knows?
I have that problem.
Okay, wow. Most people don't know this, but I'm really into esports. Actually, I do actually compete in something called Zwift, where it's like, this is kind of nerdy, but this is real, okay? So I have a bicycle hooked up to my computer, and I race other people on the internet. I'm not very good. I recently moved up from D class to C class.
Hey.
I got third place once in C class. Usually at the end of my race, and they're usually about 30-minute races, I'll literally almost pass out.
Oh my God.
Like I'll be like, oh.
That's what makes you better, though.
Exercise.
But esports, I think that's a fast growing. And
It's
again,
the biggest growing,
something that only a nerd like me would know. Anyway, the international governing body just added of cycling that handles like the Tour de France and all that. They just added esports category. They had a world championship of esports in, I think, Scotland or something for e-bike riding or something. So it's growing, and it's not just, it's really competitive. I think that's the thing that people don't understand. It's really competitive. Like, how much would you say you train to play?
So I'm the Apex Club, not club, but team president as well. My people that play with me, there's about 3 other of them because it's a 3v3 battle royale. So there's 4 of us and then one's in sub-in. I would play almost every single day is when I'd play Apex. They scrimmage. I have them scrimmage, which is like just go and play together. They scrimmage in the esports arena probably 3 times a week. So the competitions that we compete in, there's something called like the fall circuit. And like you said, when it comes to competing in competition in esports, it's actually like very, very, very competitive when it comes down to it. Like I've played baseball, I played tennis, which is all competitive, but in the end, esports has probably been the most competitive thing that I've ever played in general. So that's how much they practice. Overwatch team practices once every single day. CSGO, they practice twice a week, I think. Smash practices every Friday. So it's a constant practice all the time.
There you got it. It's not easy. Okay, let's move on to this is kind of why what I wanted to talk to you about here, specific to us. So, as being an AV club here at MVTHS in 2020, you did something I thought was really, really awesome. When we shut down, when the entire nation shut down, you got the opportunity with a couple other people to keep coming back here and make videos. Tell us a little bit about some of those videos and why you wanted to do that.
Okay, so this one's going to kind of hit home a little bit, but when it came to COVID and missing a lot of school, it was like I said, we were getting robbed of something that you'll never get back. And as I can tell you 3, I don't know what year you guys are in school, but the 4 years goes by faster than you've ever seen anything go by. Grade school went by fast, but this goes by in a flash, and it is one of the greatest 4 years of your life. It's honestly what I tell people is where you find yourself in a certain way and who you are, and then in college is where you express that. But when it comes down to it, making that video, the spirit video is what we called it at first. What came to my mind was like, all of my friends are texting me. We can't see each other. And these are people like, in high school, you think you're going to be friends for the rest of your life, which you are, but it's not the kind of friend where you're seeing each other every single day. I have my 5 best friends that I had in high school. I talk to them maybe once a month in general, you know. But it's like we can talk to each other and we click like that, you know. But it's like you're losing your whole thing where you see each other every single day and you're making memories, you know. So when it comes down to coming and getting here to make that video, that was something our time together, me, Devin, you, or whoever else was in here, all that time together was something I will never forget because it really helped. And then once we did release that video, I think it helped a lot of people. It got a ton of views on Facebook and stuff and was sent around. So that video was awesome, I think, and I appreciate your help with all of that for sure.
There was the spirit of MVTHS.
Yeah.
And then you also kind of recorded like just a message to the senior class,
yeah.
if I remember right.
Yeah, I wrote a message.
Where you kind of just sort of, it was almost like you were the anchor for like,
Mm-hmm.
you were just kind of like, hey guys. And that was, I was just really, I thought I'd be awesome just to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Because like, I think you got your 4 years here. That senior year, especially that last bit, it's kind of like your victory lap.
It is, for sure.
You're the kings and queens of the school for one last time, and to lose that really sucked.
It did,
really bad.
For sure.
Man, you guys are over here making me feel teary-eyed. Try to hold me.
Aw.
I'll always accept a hug.
Okay, you guys want to ask anything or add anything to that before we move on?
My brain is completely fried.
Don't worry.
Not even thinking about the hot dog question. Okay.
It's staring at us right in the eyes over
It's
there.
staring at us like it's kind of crying in the corner, you know.
Is there anything you would like to just say to the youth of today, to MVTHS students, while you get this chance here, and the millions of people that will watch this video across the world?
Oh, yeah.
Not
hundreds
Hundreds of thousands, yeah.
Our school has at least like 1,800
Yeah.
kids. We do not get millions of views on this. Don't kid yourself.
Well, hopefully some of the high school students see or hear what I'm about to say, but I think high school, like I said, is one of the most pivotal times in your life. If you go back and look at the message that I wrote for Mr. Fothery to say, when he was the voice behind it all, it says in there, like, truly you do find yourself in high school. It doesn't matter how lost you get in your own mind or whatever, everybody struggles with that. But you find yourself in high school for sure, and then college, like I said, is the place to express it. You come to high school, you're scared of what you're going to wear every day because people will make fun of you, or you're scared to act a certain way because people will make fun of you. That's not something to be afraid of, because once you get out of high school and college, expressing yourself is everything. I cannot tell you the characters that I see in college, and I'm joyful for them, honestly, because it's like they are who they are and who they want to be. So when you're in high school, live your life out, do your homework, but if it's stressing you out, don't do your homework and just live your life.
Amen. Live
your life in high school. Every single bad decision that you're being told not to make in high school, make it. Dr. Van Zandt, I hope you watch this, because you know of the 2 mistakes that I made with you. One at homecoming, I'm not going to say it because it was kind of a bad thing, but I'll never forget that the rest of my life, Dr. Van Zandt. So.
That poor cow had to sit on that roof all night long.
But yeah, for sure, just making mistakes, it's going to happen, and then, don't ever forget who you are.
That's one reason why we're here.
Make
mistakes here, and hopefully you learn from them,
Yeah.
Yeah, like not to eat Taco Bell after taking laxatives.
Oh! How do you
I don't know if that's the mistake we're really talking about. Like, that's the kind of mistake that you won't make again. Like,
Yeah.
You'll know,
I definitely didn't make that mistake again.
Maybe that really didn't need to be said.
Yeah, I have one.
So, what was it like coming back to the high school during 2020 to make those videos? Like, what did they do every time you had to, like, go in, or, like, how different would it have been? Like, cause I'm thinking back to, like, they said, hold on, we have to do, like, a 20-minute search of, like, how you're feeling right now to make sure you don't have COVID kind of deal. Like, whenever we didn't understand COVID.
Yeah. Well, it was really low-key because we had to go from him, so it was like we just walked in. We wore a mask. Didn't we wear a mask for the most part?
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much always wore a mask.
Yeah.
It was like a ghost town here.
Nothing going on,
There was no one here, but maybe there was like one administrator who had to be here. I think they had a rotating schedule. There was nobody in the building. We probably weren't supposed to be in the building, but we made kind of special circumstances. So, like, really, there was probably 2 or 3 custodians, me and you and Devin.
Yeah.
And one administrator, and that was the entire crew in the building. Because it wasn't an official school day, we logged in. We were supposed to log in on a logbook. And we wrote when we left and when we came and when we left. And other than that, I mean, there wasn't like a medical checkup every time we came. I think they were supposed to take our temperature, but I'm not sure if that happened every time.
Well, we also spent like a lot of time in here. Now that I think,
Dr. Van Zandt right there.
Oh, he can't see me. I'll have to see him. But there was times we were in here for hours. I do remember that in cases where we were in here for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean, looking at drone footage, looking at all kinds of stuff. So it was us in a ghost town, basically, and it hurt all of us, honestly. Every time we came in here and saw it the way that it was tough.
Yeah.
I know people hate high school and go into it, but you'll learn that you will always want to come back.
You always. I mean, most people don't realize what they have until they get it taken away.
For sure.
And I think that that was a good lesson for a lot of people. Oh, pretty bored.
Yeah. And college is, it's 10 times worse if you think about the schoolwork wise. So if you're going to school in college, savor high school where you had homework where the teacher was like, hey, it's okay, you can turn it in tomorrow. Or savor it when the homework's due in 3 weeks and you're not writing like 6,000 word paper that's due in a week.
Oh, we got.
Oh my gosh, bro, we get to do it?
We're doing
I
it?
feel like we're out of time, but I
I
mean,
thought
it's
you
kind of a
said-
tradition. We,
All right.
Shauna, I'll hold the board. You just
Where's
kind
the
of.
The
marker?
sticky note is backwards.
Where's the marker?
Where's the marker?
Where's the
We need the marker.
Wilson, the sticky note's
Oh,
backwards.
no,
Sticky
where
notes
is
backwards.
it?
What's it say?
Because the sticky,
Oh, there it is. I
like
found
a
it.
sub, like a
I
hot
found it.
dog.
Okay.
So
And
what's the
sticky
question? Is there a question?
Oh, yes, there is definitely a question.
Also,
Right here.
everything on there is messed up, and I was gonna
Yeah.
fix it after this.
Okay.
Yeah, Casey wrote sandwich and wrote
Casey's name is spelled wrong.
Yeah,
Sandwich.
sandwich.
Yeah, ask the question.
All right,
Okay,
ready?
So, do you think that a hot dog is a sub or a sandwich?
And you can
You
create whatever
can, you
answer
can
you
go
want.
with any of the answers on here, or you can create your own, but we're kind of running out of room.
I think a hot dog's a hot dog.
All right, that's an answer we got.
There we go.
Good answer, right?
Right? I mean,
That's the thinking person's answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, our camera lady just left, so we literally don't have a camera now. I'll swap out for her.
Good. Okay. We're gonna close this episode down with that excellent answer. Thank you. We're doing a research paper about
Yeah.
hot dogs.
That's our research.
Kaboom! All right. How are we looking there, boss? All right.
I'm Savannah now.
Savannah, close the episode out.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the Ramcast. If you like this, go ahead and watch all the other episodes. Thank you to our guest.
Yes,
thank you to Mr. Golson for being a wonderful host. And thank you to Not Savannah behind the camera and Macy. She already left. But that's it, everybody. We'll see you in a while.
Don't forget
Bye.
to like and subscribe.
Yeah, you better like and subscribe.
Fun fact, whenever you said not Savannah, I cut you out completely because I got upset with you. The power I hold with this camera is immense.
How dare you?
Show's over.
All right.
Thanks, Drew.
You're
That was
welcome.
fun. Yeah.